What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another Enshrouded build. Today we are going to be building a beautiful modern mansion. This is going to be the first of a series of 4 where I build 4 amazing mansions. Let's get started. So this one's going to be quite large. This is going to be the problem. It's going to take a long time to do, so let's start off with our foundation here. It's going to be sort of like an L shape. Well, no, it's going to be like a U shape. And then in the middle there's going to be a very, very, very large pool. It's going to be absolutely ginormous. The weird part is, too, though, is that because it's a modern build, I looked up some houses to kind of get a good gist of what I'm going to be doing, and that basically comes down to how am I going to do these windows. But first, what we need to do, we need to terraform a lot of this area right here. It's going to take a little while, so I'll be right back when the foundation is all done. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our foundation. When I said it's going to look like a U, it is going to look like a U. So it's going to have the pool right where I am standing. So I think it is time we try and work out at least the logistics of that. Not too sure how we're going to do that because I'm not the best at building pools, but I think we'll be okay. So let's go off and let's gather some materials first and get rid of all this stuff right here. Now, how to do the pool. I think it's just going to be another L shape, sort of. So let's see if we can clear this out. Let's do one, maybe like right about here. Fill that out, yes, and then I can delete that. Ooh, yep, that works, definitely. Oh yeah, there we go, baby. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. Perfect, good. And then it's gonna go out. It's gonna kind of go along the side over here, why not? And is it need to hug the side of the building? I don't know. I'm gonna change it like 85,000 times, I'll be honest. But let's make it decently deep because I like deep pools. This will be no kiddie pool, folks. So I think that's gonna be good enough. It needs to be out by at least, I'd say, one more, but I think it needs to be deeper. It needs to be a lot deeper. That's the problem. And then I'm gonna have to like build out the shape just because the landscape gets a lot lower, so it's gonna be a lot of fun, awkward messes. So I'll be right back, guys, when the pool and the foundation's all hunky-dory. Ladies and gentlemen, right here you have the outline of the pool. Absolutely fantastic. Now we need to start actually building the castle. We will say we're building the castle. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Let's start off the walls. That's gonna be really weird because I'm trying to do black walls, just kind of like contrast with the light cream. I think that'll look pretty cool. Let's see how this comes out. See, that's black. That'll work. Oop, that might not work right there. Build it out a little bit then. Oop, nope, maybe right here then. Is that gonna work? Well, that I mean, it's a flat roof, so I'm not really worried about it not looking right roof-wise. So that's not what I wanted. That's not the block I wanted. Oh, come on. I got so much of this too. Oh, you see, it's not fair at all. It looks black on the picture. But why is it gray and red? That's not fair. That is not fair at all. But I guess we'll figure that out, guys. So, that's gonna be sort of, like the main entryway into the building, if you know what I mean. I think that'll look pretty swagalicious. And then we just kind of need to work on getting the entire outline of this out, I think. This right here, this is the smartest idea I've ever had. So we're actually going to be doing the entire outline of the building. So then I can absolutely beautifully line up the walls. Because it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt to do, I will admit. Just a little bit. So we're going to do the ceiling first. Which is a little bit unorthodox for a build. But you know what? No one's here to stop me. How about that? And then I fix the ant right there. Perfect. Now, you're probably wondering how the heck is this gonna look like a beautiful modern building with a wonderful pool? To be quite honest, I'm not really sure, but and see right there, that's the start of it at least. I mean, I've only been doing this for about 20 minutes so far, but the way it's been cut down, it's probably pretty short into the video. So let's go off, let's finish all that stuff up, and then I think next we're gonna have to do, it's gonna be just the base walls, and then somehow we're gonna do the second floor and have a few fancy balconies. So on second thought, the more I begin to think about it, I'm actually going, you know what, hey, I think it looks pretty okay with these type of, the building block I'm using. You know, it's not exactly the exact color I wanted, but I think it's gonna look a-okay. In theory, but you can see now the house is officially beginning to, in fact, take shape, so let's go off. Build ourselves our lovely balcony right here. I think that'll look pretty good, right? Just like that. Ooh, yes, sir. And you look out and you see the valley and you're like, wow, this is very nice. And then you remember the mortgage. So, how are we gonna do this now? I'm making this up as I go. Loosely, very loosely. Like, I need to have an even amount of supports, which are really gonna be the barriers around the window. Like I said, I don't know of any type of window I can use where it's just like gonna emulate the big glass panes. So we're gonna use our imagination a little bit, okay, guys? That'll be okay, I think. So let's go off. Let's add in the supports around every single one of these, which are the windows, believe it or not. And then we'll move on to, I think, finish up the second floor, fill up the pool, and then, believe it or not, guys, it's gonna be like 70% done. Maybe, of course, just maybe. So yeah, it's coming along good. This is good. This is good now. My new idea is actually I'm gonna be adding in, I think, a doorway right here. Ooh, right there. Why not? That looks pretty gosh diggity darn good. Ooh, we might have an issue as well, but you know what? We'll fix that later. And you're probably like, "What's the issue?" Just look at it. It doesn't look right at all, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, guys. So I think I like the idea of it looking just like that. Now I just need to copy and paste that throughout the entire build. How wonderful and tedious that's gonna be, but I mean, I think it's gonna be worth it in the end, guys. So maybe, maybe not. I've run out of resources, but I think about 10,000 is gonna be just enough, guys. Just enough. Just enough. So, looking out and admiring the build, you can actually see it's really starting to come together where I'm quite proud, I must admit. So now we have to do the entire second floor somehow. How exactly we're going to do and manage to build this second floor up, I'm not entirely sure. I would love to just be able to slap a roof on it and call it a day, but we need to figure out how to fix that right there so it doesn't look like the block. I'm not entirely sure how to do that, so I think we're just gonna go up. I'm gonna place the roof just, you know, because for lols, we're gonna ignore it for the moment being. No, don't tell me it's gonna have those things right there. Oh, no, that's a problem. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna go off. We're gonna finish it up, and it's gonna look pretty, gosh darn good. No, I gotta fix that as well, but that's okay. Just to give us the proper outline of the building, then we'll go from there, folks. I think now this is the official main outline of the building. You can really start to see what it's looking like, and you're like, wow, he actually knows what he does. I actually have no idea what I'm doing, folks. It's like an honest guess, an honest guess. Upon looking out at the beautiful building, I am beginning to notice, you see this right here, how it doesn't look right at all. We need to fix that, boys and girls. So I think I can do something like that, maybe, or maybe not. Does that look decent? That actually, ooh, that fills it. That does the job. Oh my god, that does it perfectly. Now, we just need to fill it out with the entire rest of the floor. Oh, yay. I wish I figured out how to fix that beforehand. That doesn't look right. You know what? We're going to ignore it. We're going to keep on going, I think. Because we have to do the entire perimeter of this behemoth. Now, when you say classify this as a mansion, what do you mean? Well, to be honest, it's just big. That's how I'm going to classify it as a mansion. So we're going to go off, flow that right through there. Awesome. Then let's go off and finish up the entire rest of this. So after finishing all that up right there, I think next we need to add in some not windows, some hallways and all that fun stuff, because when you look at it from the outside, you just notice it looks really like a construction site. So we need to make it kind of look like a home, I think. You know what, that'll be fine. We can put that right there. That looks good. That looks good. Now we're just going to place random stuff everywhere, and that'll be good in the neighborhood. Like this right here, this is gonna be maybe a master bedroom with another balcony. I don't know. What do you mean by another? I mean, mansions, I think they have at least like 4 or 5, just like everything. So it's just gonna be big. Am I gonna do the interior of this? I'm gonna do partial interior, just because I needs to look like it's filled in a little bit. Otherwise, like I said, it's gonna look like a construction site. So we're gonna do something like that, I think. Look at that. Which do I want to go through? I don't know. Actually, we gotta make these a little bit higher. But you can tell just how insane I'm slowly becoming. Like, yeah, no, it's 3 doorways. Just because you can use a different one every single day. That's the whole plan here. Come on. I'm the genius architect. Alright, so I'm thinking maybe we just throw in another one right about there. We can call that a room right there. Fill you in just like so. Now what room is this going to be? I have no idea. I have no idea. But it makes it look a lot smaller when you actually start to add in rooms. But when you look at it from the exterior, it's going to look pretty okay. We'll just say pretty okay. Because confidence-wise, I think this is going to be a flop. But dress it up, put on some nice cool fancy details, and I think it's going to be a-okay. Alright, now, so that is going to be all of the rooms in the house. Now we need to do the pool. And you can see how we're going to do the pool is I need to start adding in pool lining in quotations. We'll use it as that to make it feel more realistic, you know? So what I need to do and to accomplish is I need to add in a border. And I want it to be the darkest border possible. So I think we're just going to have to go off and grab our drains first, because I really don't want it to flood. That would be pretty cool, just in case. So let's go off, let's add in, I think I can do them just like that. Is that possible? Yeah, that's possible. That's totally possible. Let's go ahead and just kind of fill the rest of this up now. Oh, God. I think that's off. Yep, no. How do we do? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. And then we're going to go and we're going to fill in this side as well. That is something I can work with in a minute, but we got to add in the rest. See? Now, instead of this just looking like a very specific crater in the ground, all marked out, it's actually starting to look like a pool. So that's pretty cool. So the pool is all done and added in. You can see that right there. It looks pretty nice, I'd say. Now what we need to do, however, is we need to make the porch around it, just the border, so it doesn't look like it's floating, even though it most definitely is. There we go. Place you right there. I think that's a little bit too low. I may not know what I'm doing, but I know one thing. If something is too low... Oh, this is going to be a challenge to fix. How do we do that? Maybe just like that. Yeah, that looks fine. That's doable. There we go. We're gonna go right across that, and we're gonna use our imagination. Like, wow, this is definitely not off the side of a cliff. So now we're just going off and we're just gussying up the rest of this, and then we're gonna be adding in our lovely splish splash water. So how do we get in the pool? I'm gonna add in some stairs because I feel like it. And you're also probably noticing, yes, there is part of the platform over there. You know what I have to say about that? I don't care. So we're gonna go off, we're gonna try and make this as straight as possible without it looking ridiculous. Oh, that looks ridiculous. Oh, well, maybe you won't notice it, but I think we're gonna add in some stairs here, and then we might just leave it be like that. We just might leave it like that. I don't know though. And maybe I can add in this stuff right over here. Ooh, yes sir. See, now I'm using my noggin. I'll tell you that right now. So let's go off. Let's add in this stuff right here. Then I think it just comes down to really placing in the water, and we should be a-okay. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Let's get rid of that actually. See, that looks better now. But see, that doesn't look better. You know what? We're gonna keep it like that. I can care less how this is gonna look. So our next task at hand, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be fixing up this right here, because I need the border to be perfect and flush, because then you can see how it fills in along the entire side. If one part isn't like that, someone's gonna have a fit in the comments. Someone will have a fit. So let's go off, let's fix that. Oop, that's a little bit too high there. Let's fix that. There we go. Amazing. The best. 10 out of 10. I think that's too low. Oh my god. Is it too low? I can't tell. It's too low. Oh my god. Master replacement. Master replacement. I'm the best. I am the best. So let's go ahead and fix that right there. Woo, yes sir. This is going to take way too long. I'll be back in a little bit, guys, with the final result. So we got water flow, boys and girls. We got water flowing back, and you can see now our next task is going to be to fill this out with some furniture. So how are we going to do that exactly? I don't know. All I know is that I went to the resource worlds, which are incredible. If you guys like building, definitely go to resource world. I'll tell you that right now. It would have taken me probably about an hour or two to actually, no, a little bit more than that to gather all the resources. So this is like a free creative mode for the moment being. So I don't know exactly what type of couches I want to use. These ones might be the move. Probably not. Probably not. They look poo-poo caca, I think. So what do I want to use them for then? I don't know. I like the idea of the light ones. So let's go up. We'll place ya boom, bang, shaboink right everywhere. Please, pool, do not overflow. That would be cool. Let's go ahead. Kind of make a few meeting areas. That's what we'll call them. It's essentially just like bench, but bench is in quotations, so it's actually couch. We got two lovely couches on the sides. Yes, those are couches. Then I'm gonna put in a nice little one right over here now. Ooh, yes, the little end table in the middle. Yes, this is where you can play checkers. What's going on here? That's unique. That's cool. I didn't know that was possible. I have a few questions about how that works. What the fudge? Alright, anyways, so that's gonna look good. Put you right over to the side, yes. You can put your coasters, your drinks, and you can just stare at the fog beneath the cliff. Very nice, very nice. Let's add in two more over here. Then I think we'll be gold. No, we're not gonna be golden. Your boy needs to go over. And what I also want to do as well, I want to fill in the background with a lot of trees. So that's going to take a long time to grow. I also don't have any trees. And it is also raining. And now I'm wet and sad. So, folks, I'll be back once again with our next move. So upon further work to the house, you can see it looks pretty swagalicious. But now we need to add in the forest around it. Because I just don't like the open field. It just makes me angry for some peculiar reason. So yes, we need to do. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 Don't fall! Don't fall! Oh my god! All right, so I have about 89 trees to plant, which means I planted 11 if you do the math correctly. So we just need to add these guys in just randomly, absolutely everywhere, just to make it look more nice, you know. So we're gonna do that. We're just gonna plant a tree, maybe like. Just this entire hill over here, I don't like it bare. Don't like it bare at all. So let's go off and just kind of go bink, bink, bink. No, that's very unsure placement right there, even though when I said I don't care where it goes, and now I'm like, you know what, I actually do care. So we'll be back, unfortunately, when this is all built and grown. Several hours later, it is done. It is done. I've added in vines. I've added in furniture. I've added in some cool stuff. Let's give you guys the official tour. And you can see the exterior. I have added in just a few more things. Not too much, I'll be honest. But the interior is where it really shines. And by that, I mean just a few other things. So you got in here, empty room. Again, guys, using our imagination. All the walls are actually just windows. They're the new type of windows. So over here, empty room with some chandeliers. Looks pretty cool. So it's just really just empty rooms and all that fun stuff. But you guys, I'm gonna be doing these once a week for the next month. Beautiful builds. So definitely subscribe if you guys are super interested in seeing more of these builds. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, turn the bell notification on to be a part of the bell notification army, and comment down below what you guys think I should be building next. Thank you guys so much for watching.